G'day Eagles fans, welcome to Ask Simmo, presented by ECU. It's the fans' chance to ask the questions each week of the coach. And first off the tee is Dave Beeman on Facebook, and he says, was Gaffy tagged yesterday? He seemed to come off the ground more than he usually does.
No, he wasn't. I think he spent a fair bit of time on the ground. He normally does anyway, and I think he's going to really appreciate the longer games. But no, he played a standard game. He didn't get as much of the ball as he normally does, but I don't think that's going to worry him too much. I think he'll bounce back this week.
Good on you, Dave. Thanks for that. Judy Roberts, straight to Facebook, says, do you, as the coach, and are you allowed to choose your own assistant coaches? And if so, what do you actually look for when the person applies for a job?
When I got the job, I think they allowed me to get a couple because we had some contracted coaches. So I just got two of my best mates and brought them over. They're not very good coaches, but they're good blokes. So Brady Rawlings was one, and Daniel Pratt's the other. So Brady's coaching the women's team now, and Brady's the footy manager at North. No, they're good men, they're good footy brains, and yeah, he contracted, so you can't pick and choose everyone. But over the years, we've sort of worked through people that we prefer.
Do they have to have played the game?
No, not at all. No, in fact, we've had several staff members that have coached that haven't played the game. So the best coaches are the educators, and sometimes that's from a different sector.
Let's go to Murray Clayton, also on Facebook. Now, he says, we seem to play a bit more run and carry and a bit less kick and mark against the Suns. Is that just the way the game unfolded, or is that the focus point given the new rules?
Still trying to work out the new rules, so whether it really suits what we do and our brand. I thought we probably ran and carried a bit too much at stages. We got caught up in a bit of slingshot type of football, and we couldn't defend behind the speed, and it was quite difficult to keep the ball in our front half. So we changed as the game went, and the guys stood up in the last quarter from a physical point of view, and I thought we probably outworked the Gold Coast in the last 10-15 minutes.
It's a good question, Murray. Thanks for that. Miguel Sanchez on Twitter says, what do you see as Jared Brander's best position at an AFL level?
Yeah, well, we're still working through that. Yeah, he's had an opportunity as a half forward. It's difficult at the moment because we've got so many talls in our front half. So he's 6'5", but he's got tremendous tank, and his repeat efforts are, up there with the best. So we played him on the wing and on ball on the weekend at waffle level, and he had a really good go. The week before he played on ball as well. So still looking for that position. We've tried him on the wing and reasonable success, but not enough to lock down a spot. So we're still not giving up though.
Our final question for today, Shohan Khan on Twitter. Is the plan for Liam Duggan to play midfield for the entire season given no injuries down back, or is he just filling in until the midfielders who are injured return?
Yeah, that's the question of the day. I like that one the most. So well done. What's his name?
Shohan Khan.
Shohan. Yeah, it's a good question. We sort of preempted we're going to need Liam in the midfield about 6 or 7 weeks ago when Luke was injured and Elliot was looking like he wasn't going to play the first bit of the year. So it was a bit of a backup for us, and luckily for us, he's slipped in it really well. When they all come back and we've got a full complement, it'll be a great problem to have, knowing that we've got a guy who can go back. I'd love to keep him in the midfield though, if we could, but if he gets squeezed out, he goes back.
Thanks, Coach. Nice tick of approval for you, Shohan, as well. And thanks for those who sent in your questions. Remember to follow us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram for your chance to ask Simmo. Thanks to ECU.